Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear lovely guests. A warm, indeed a very warm good evening to all. Are we not all obsessed of how we look, of the image that we portray? Don't be concerned how we look at ourselves or how others perceive us, and what are their actions and their reactions to those views. Don't you agree? Yes, yes, and yes. We go through extreme lengths to ensure that we look good and feel good. Whether we have the right clothes, which apparently I don't, whether we say the right words, which I hope you will, or whether we are the ideal weight, which I'm sure I'm not. The reason why we do this is not because just for the sake of others, it's because we do it for ourselves. Because being proud of our own image makes us happy and content in our lives. The same theory applies to businesses. All that hard work that you invest in the business, the blood, the sweat, the tears that you invest in, if the messages or your image is not properly represented, you can face miscommunication, you can face lost sales, or worse, a failed business venture. Imagery today is one of the most popular and most prominent forms of communication today, even more so than written word itself. Why? Because of social technology. Technology, along with the capabilities of social media, we have the ability to have a vast amount of information in our hand itself. And we only have so many hours in a day to actually process all the information that is contained within. Now, everybody who's anybody wants a piece of that time. They would do anything. And what do they use? Because they can't catch us with articles, or long videos, or long audio files. They catch us with a simple thing, an image, a simple art design or a complex design, but nonetheless, imagery. Simple, elegant, striking, and at all levels able to display a whole entire message in one instant. Now, this does not technically just apply to businesses in the same. This applies to everyone, even on a personal level. Whether you give out a poster or a friend, to an invite or a business card, those tiny little nuisances, how you represent yourself, is being judged, especially in the day-to-day. But unfortunately, these kind of things, we cannot cheat. No longer can we accept simple designs. People would now, today, have grown wiser, knowing things that were designed in Microsoft Paint, or was a simple, quick Microsoft or Photoshop job. And they will be quickly disregarding it, saying, it's a 2-bit job, it's not for us. So what do we do? What does imagery require, enable for you to be represented properly? It needs skill, understanding, and most of all, patience. And in a country like Bahrain, these kind of things are quite rare to come by. And those that you do find are quite expensive. And none of us do have the wallets to pay them. So this is why, in 2013, January, NQD, Nejla Qamar Designs, opened purely as an online retailer to fit the need, the desire of the people like you, me, and the little men in between. Though we had started inexperienced at first, because we were new, today, as of date, we are flourishing as one of the most prominent, if not popular, designers on the net. To give you an example of this, we have become so prominent in the fact that as of this year, we cater our field, mostly all our designs, caters to all the independent book authors around the world internationally, not locally. A small fact about Nejla Qamar Designs is that we do not have any local suppliers at all. All of our local clients are non-existent. 99% of all our people are all international. And to prove this, National Common Designs had sponsored and attended the International Independent Book Fest that was held in Florida, United States of America in August. And we were the proud sponsors and the attendees. We had countless hundreds of people who came in, inquired, and we judged. And we thought we were a serious business. So this is why I come here in front of you today, because I believe while we provide that aid to the people around the world, we want to open and set up a local business here in Bahrain to help the people in this country. For people like you and me, for small businesses, and of course fellow budding young adult or Toastmaster clubs around the world. Now, all this talk is just talk if I don't get to show you the images themselves. So, in my back here is not my chocolate suitcase because I'm leaving in an hour or so. No. I have here actual artwork done by our sole art designer, which is my lovely wife over there, National Common. I will be passing this to one of you all, to the lovely guests. This is the portfolio of National Common Designs. And I will be passing one to the president as well. Sorry if I'm going out of the speaking area. This is one for you too. And for the rest, don't think I forgot all about you. I have those goodies for you to share. For you, these are the sample book designs that have been published worldwide, and some of them you can actually find on Amazon, on Book Depository. So we are not kidding, we are not lying, and I'm not making this stuff up. We not only do book designs, as you may think we do, but we do all sorts of designs. We do t-shirt designs, like my first t-shirt that I showed you. We do posters, postcards, whatever you call these things, bracelets of the sorts. I never knew the actual name. Bookmarks, you name it. The reason why we prove, even though we come from a tiny little country in Bahrain, and we do win the major market, is because we do it for the art itself. Because these people, whoever designs or writes these books, have a message to say. They wanted to show what they envisioned when they write the book. And when they do this, and they search for people to design these books, people cost them $300, $400, $500 for something that they don't concentrate. What we do is, we take the time to sit with them, listen to them, and we cost nearly only less than 1/3 of the actual price the people are actually charging worldwide. We do this not because of the money. This venture was not made because we wanted to get rich. We did this because we loved art in all forms. Imagery, the only form of communication that is rampant, usually, today. So, what are the steps that we do? Now, for example, if you had a query in your mind that you want to design a poster, you want to design your own book, what would you do? You would email us, we would sit down with you, talk to you, and we would find and scour the entire internet to find you the right images that fit your desire, and we will charge you just and right. And if you can't afford it, we'll try to do our best to sponsor you. Because it is in our hearts, your message is our passion, and that is what we do best. Now, we do a lot host of ideas, but I believe something of this caliber is something new to most of you all. So I believe I will leave the floor to open to several questions before I move on to my rest of my agenda. Are there any questions that you have relating to the designing world, if you will? It can be any random questions, any typical, or even things that question in the back of your head. I see one over there.
Yeah, so when you have an image like this,
yes.
Isn't there a copyright that exists with the image?
Yes. Now, I will tell you, people in Bahrain, when you go to a normal printing shop or design shop, sometimes what they do is, they don't concentrate and they actually just take images off the net and use it in their works. Can you see all the countless small shop signs you see in Bahrain using pictures of Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Ronald McDonald? Those are not allowed. If the law found out, you would have been sued, you would have been jailed, and you would have been fined. But what we do things the legal way. We actually find the images in the pictures, called stock, on the internet, and actually legitimately purchase them and have the required copyright to use them for commercial purposes. So whatever we do for you is the legal and correct way. So don't worry about any legal copyrights or any such. Are there any more other questions?
Who are your biggest clients?
Biggest clients are actually women, surprisingly. You know why? Because all their husbands give them stories to say. No. I've met the clients in America, and they are mostly women, giving them the opportunity to actually tap into a branch of income they never thought. Most of them were housewives, but they had a chance to tap into their creative self and actually earn money. They are able to sell hundreds of books a year just by writing a simple 200-page book, getting a lovely cover that helps envision it, and they have made themselves. So it is open to all. It's not just to men or old people. It is everyone in general. I have time for one more question.
Has anyone ever tried to steal a cover design from you?
Yes, it is possible. See, since we only deal online, you upload your photos online, people are able to steal. But we do our best not to deter from that by only uploading very low quality images on the net. Unless they really want it, then once you pay us, we actually hand it to you in full. So then what you do is your own way. But you paid us, it's on you. So, in effect, design is a very important aspect of our lives. The way how we concentrate on our looks, the way we dress. So even the things that we produce, even the things we represent, even down to the agenda on your tables, this was designed by the club in their views. So when you go forth in this world and you want to transcend and show who you are, give a thought to yourself and see, will I let someone who will charge me 10 times the price, who wouldn't care how I present myself, or would you go to someone like us, who would care how you wanted to represent, and we charge you just a penny, we'll all share that image. So what do you think? If I start up the business here in Bahrain, will I see you all as customers?
Okay.